I would like to welcome you all to Trinity. It's a wonderful place to study. It's in a fantastic location, city centre. And you know, these first few weeks are a little bit strange still. They're strange anyway, but on top of a pandemic, they're even stranger. But you know, we're optimistic that that things will get back to normal fairly quickly. We just have a few more weeks to go before that happens. But you know, I think in the meantime, you'll still get a chance to meet your classmates and meet some of the teaching staff and other staff here in college. And you know, I think if you look around you, you will see that there's students from every county in Ireland here, and you know, there's over 120 countries represented in the student population in Trinity. So it's a great place to meet other people from all kinds of backgrounds and all kinds of places. So you will meet people that, you know, perhaps might turn out to be friends for life, or people you work with in the future. You just never know. The possibilities are endless at this stage. But Trinity recognises that the achievement of your goals and your intellectual development is not just about being in the classroom. It recognises the importance of your kind of social activities, your psychological activities and all of that, and provides an awful lot of supports around that in college. We have about over 1,700 staff in the background providing all these services, and they're really proud of what they do, and they're really anxious to help students and support students. So for those of you who ever think you might need to access the services, whatever they are, please do, and I think you will be welcomed. There's also a lot of things going on in college that, you know, you may have a particular interest in. You know, for example, sustainability issues. We have a sustainability advisory officer here, Michelle Hallahan, and we also have a new associate vice provost for biodiversity and climate action, and I think there will be a lot of activities in relation to that in the coming year. And I think students in particular play an enormous role in that, so you'd be very welcome to get involved. And also there's other things like Healthy Trinity. This is the part of Trinity that recognises the importance of yourselves, you know, looking after yourselves first, physically and psychologically. And Martina Mullins runs the health promotion activities in college. And again, that's something for everybody. And so if you're interested in that, there's a lot of information available on the website. And also it's very linked, closely linked with sports activities as well, and clubs and societies in college. So, you know, use whatever you can to enhance your experience and kind of broaden your horizons, I suppose, a bit. And I think you wouldn't be here if you didn't want to do that. So I hope you really enjoy it. And also, you know, there's a lot of, you've seen maybe the wildflower patches, and you know, that's for our bee colonies, which we have in Trinity, and I think our fox family enjoy rambling through it as well. So it might be in the middle of a very busy city, but there's a lot goes on here in terms of biodiversity. So now I would like to introduce you to our Provost. Prior to her recent appointment as Provost, Dr. Linda Doyle was Professor of Engineering and the Arts in Trinity. Her expertise is in the fields of wireless communications, cognitive radio, refigurable networks, spectrum management, and creative arts practices. Her connections to Trinity as a researcher and academic have made her a huge advocate and champion of the student experience. So with that, I will hand you over to Linda now.
Thank you. Thank you. Do you want to come up? Thank you. So hi, everybody. I'm delighted to be here to welcome you. It's kind of strange. I'm looking into the camera and looking at the people here. So I hope you can follow me. So I want to start by saying congratulations to everybody in getting here in the first place. It's pretty challenging getting to university, and I think it has been 10 times more challenging with what you have all had to face in the last 18 months. So I think you should be very proud of yourselves, and we're absolutely delighted to have you here. You're now part of our community. That really matters, you know, and you're part of making our community better. Your voice, your ideas, your opinions, and your talents are all really important to us. As you probably know, Trinity is 429 years old. So you're coming here standing on a huge tradition of teaching and research and standing on the shoulders of giants. You've probably heard before, Oscar Wilde, Samuel Beckett was here, Mary Macleese, Mary Robinson, presidents and former presidents and more, William Campbell, Nobel Prize winner, and many more people. So now's your time to make your mark and to really contribute. And I suppose, set out on the next stage of your lives. And as I always think of it, we're so lucky to have such fantastic people here for you all to change the world for better. Just in case you don't know, we have 3 different faculties here. So we have a faculty of Science, Technology, Engineering and Maths, that's our STEM faculty. We have our faculty of Arts, Humanities and Social Science, and we have a faculty of Health Sciences. And in those faculties, there's 24 different schools and there's hundreds of different disciplines. And the reason I'm telling you that is because it's really important to know that there's very many different ways to do great things. And we have people here who study creative practices, and we have people here who do much more traditional things and theoretical things and everything in between. So you should know that there isn't just one way to do things, there are many ways to do things. And being in university is about finding your way, and that's right for your discipline. I know it is daunting to start in university. I think this year we'll have 20,000 students. So that's including postgraduates as well. And certainly, I don't know whether any of you here are like me, but when I went to university first, I spent most of my time thinking everyone else knew what was happening, everyone else knew what was going on or how to do things, and I was the only one who didn't know what was happening. And I think it takes a while to settle in. For me, it was about finding that one good first friend, and being able to have those kind of conversations, and it's different for everyone. But it also helps, as what Catherine was saying, is if you can go out and get involved in other things in college. Because, your education here is absolutely what you learn in the classroom, but it's also about many more things. I'm delighted we have Courtney here today from Ability Co-op, because they're doing a very special program at the moment where they're encouraging all of us so that our clubs and societies are much more accessible. And there's fantastic things on the Ability Co-op website if you want to look at that. But broadly speaking, it's really, really important to engage as much as you can in every way that you can, and to remember that there's probably many people thinking, "Oh, that's not for me," or "I don't belong as well." If you feel like that, you're usually not the only one. I suppose I wanted to just say a little bit about the pandemic and where we're at. So we are taking a cautious approach in Trinity, and as you all know, we still have social distancing up until the government removes all restrictions on October 22nd. That leads us up to what we call Reading Week, and then when we come back from Reading Week, the social distancing will be gone. So I suppose I do want to manage your expectations about that start. You should have some in-person experiences. Campus is fully open. There's lots of events on as well, but it will be mixed. And let us know, and we're always eager to hear what you're experiencing and how to improve it. And we're working towards 22nd of October and beyond to make sure that overall that you have a good experience this year and a great experience over the whole academic year. So I think it's really, really important to say that to you. The second thing, and I just want to pick up on a point that Catherine was making about sustainability and climate action. So you may not know, the position I have as Provost is an elected position. Trinity is a very unusual university in that we elect lots of the roles. And during the election process, one of the loudest things that people spoke about was, climate and biodiversity. And we pride ourselves here in taking that seriously, but we want to be bolder. And the only way that we're going to be bolder in taking action for the future is through all of you and working with you. So I look forward also to many discussions about that as we go forward. So all I want to do now is to, as part of your induction, to say, I suppose, 2 things. In college, to a certain extent, you're adults. We have mature students here as well, anyway, who are well used to negotiating life. But you're adults, and to a certain extent, what you do is completely up to you. It's up to you, to take your own agency to make the decisions. We do have great support services here. You know, we have a fantastic tutorship service. I'm actually a tutor myself. We have great student services. We have the disability services. I see Declan sitting here and other members of his team. We have a fantastic support from Emer Ruan, who you can't see off campus here. We have the Dean of Students. We have people here who can help. So my message to you is to go out, to get involved, to question, to ask questions, to find yourself, to don't be afraid to disagree with us, to don't be afraid to voice your opinion, and don't be afraid to ask for help if you need it, because it's a natural part of going to college and finding your way. So I very, very much look forward to getting to know people who are just starting. If you see me around, please stop me for a chat. And I want to thank very much all of the people in the support services, and a special thanks to Sue Power, who's from our admissions office, who is the reason why we can, I suppose, so smoothly, or well, hopefully smoothly, do everything and you know, manage all of the admissions every year. So thank you very much to everybody. Ooh. Are we finished here?